I'm Jack Jezreel, and I'm the founder and president of JustFaith Ministries, an organization that links faith with social mission. I'm in the Diocese of Joliet this morning to give a presentation that really draws from the leadership, words, and actions of Pope Francis. Just about 2 months ago, the Catholic press were interviewing Pope Francis and asked him, what was his program? What was he up to? And he said, in so many words, that my interest is to fulfill the intent and vision of Vatican II. And the piece that he was speaking to was this link between faith and mission. That faith is a verb, not a noun. That faith is lived, if you will, off campus. That faith drives us into those wounded parts of the world where God's love has been obstructed by some kind of structure or word or bias. And our faith draws us to those wounded places. When you look at the lives of the saints on this feast today, this Feast of All Saints, when you look at the lives of the saints and you ask, where do most saints spend most of their time? The answer is they spent most of their time with those who've been left behind. Our faith seems to draw us. When our faith is large, when our hearts are big, our faith draws us into the wounded places. And as we're drawn to those wounded places, the world around us asks, why do they do what they do? It's kind of an evangelization moment where we can say we do what we do because we have felt the call and touch of Jesus Christ. And that call and touch draws us to the places where our brothers and sisters have been abandoned or wounded or exploited. We seek in the name of God and with the power of the Holy Spirit to be a people who can heal and reconcile and make all things new in this world.
That's marvelous. And now here's a question for you. We just recently released our framework for pastoral action, which is essentially a vision for the diocese that involves discipleship, evangelization, and charity. Right. And I was wondering how your talk is going to tie into that.
Right. Okay. The topics today to be addressed are discipleship, evangelization, and charity. And the Pope's call, articulated most powerfully in his apostolic exhortation last November, entitled Joy of the Gospel, speaks to that intersection of discipleship, evangelization, and mission, and charity. Meaning that when we are at our best as disciples, when we are evangelizing best as a people filled with good news, and when we're doing charity best, it's because we are a people on mission. That is, when we are disciples, true and faithful disciples, we find ourselves drawn by God and by each other's call into each other's lives. When we are evangelizers at our best, we're drawn because we have a mission that's compelling to the world. And when we're doing charity best, it's because we see each other eye to eye. And this has been a primary theme and focus of Pope Francis's papacy.